Hi everybody, this is Areli again. I owed you the last video for this unit, which was Love is in the Air. Um, Thank you so much for being patient, and I hope that you learn lots more here today. I am just about ready to jump into the diffuser chat. And before I go ahead and do that, I just wanted to emphasize a couple of things that you need to have in mind should you have some kind of troubleshooting with your diffusers. Um, One thing is that you have to consider the openness of your home or structure where you're at. If it's an open space, like, open floor, then, it has different functionality when you have your diffusers versus if you have only enclosed walls. So just have that in mind. That's why you need to kind of play with your diffusers, see where they're going to be working better. Um, also, you also want to take in consideration whether you or your family members are very sensitive to scents, or whether you're new to this and you have been too saturated with synthetic scents. You might not be able to. When that happens, I have. Let me tell you this: that when I have a friend that the first time I went to her house, um, it smelled very strong on whatever she was using, and I've noticed that as we were talking, she out of the sudden just came up with the question. She said, "Does my house smell good?" And to me, it was overpowering, and I didn't quite. It gave me a headache. Um, and I think one of the reasons why it gave me a headache, it was because then we were talking about, what she was using, and her house was totally infused with plugins and candles. So, and to her, it didn't smell anymore. So she was concerned that her house was smelly, not scented with what she was using. And so her nose, her sense got totally distorted. She no longer could tell if her house was scented or not because she overly did it and her nose got used to it. And I noticed that not only went through her whole household, but it also, she also used excessively softener in her clothing. So when she brought out something, it was very strong. And I could tell you that it was very strong because my own sense, it takes quite a lot for me to actually sense that smell, because my nose is not, my sense of smell is not very sensitive to scents. Like, it takes me longer to actually notice a scent, whether it be a rotting, smell, or an amazing, flowery scent, or whatever. It just takes me longer. But when I enter that house, it was overwhelming. And so if you are that type of person that is just trying to get rid of your synthetic, fresheners and such things, just be aware that sometimes our noses can trick us, and it can make us think that our house is not scented enough while it might be overly powered. So have that in mind. So if you're that type of person and you switch to this, it is going to take some time for your nose again to get adjusted to such changes, because you're working now with natural stuff, and it might take a little bit longer for you to get to smell the scents, but just be patient, work with it. You might need a little bit more at the beginning if you're that type of person. If you're the other type of person that never has used any fresheners at home or any type of diffuser, and you're highly sensitive with your nose, then just start off slow. Use small amount of drops, and usually the diffusers come with a guide that tells you how to start off with how many drops, and eventually as you get used to it, then you might want to add more. to that. So those are quick tips here that I hope they help you. Okay, so I'm going to start off with, before I go on with the ones that I actually wanted to show, I did want to show you my one and only first diffuser. Should I say first love? I don't know. But this one was the first one. It is heavier for its small size. I could tell you that. It had different settings, and this was the first one that I got, and I loved it, and it still works. So it's almost, it's actually past 9 years, going on to 10, so it still works. But this basically how it worked. This was the water reservoir. So here you have to unscrew, so put it upside down and unscrew, fill it up, okay? Then screw it back in, and in the diffuser itself, there was like a spot there. You would have to fill it up with water to a specific level, and then just add your oils and put it back in, and there you go, and that's it. Okay, so this one's the older one. It's even peeling from down here because it's very old, but it still works. Okay, so that one's there. Okay, so I do want to mention that the ones that I'm going to be talking about, this is just the ones that I have that I've used. There are other ones that I'm going to be sharing about, but because I got a guide to follow, but I do know that Young Living also has ones that have like a outer face or shell that is more towards like the kids style room, if you want to decorate a room, whether it be with boyish things or girl stuff. You want to decorate that way. Well, those are there for that purpose, and they're more stylish in a child's setting, if you know what I mean. Okay, so the ones that I want to talk to you about, I'm going to start off with the orb. And the orb is one of the 3 that are small enough and that you can use in different places. I think the orb is a very small one. If you see, it fits in my hand. It's a small one, and when you open it, let me try to open it. I still have water here. Okay, so when you open it, there's the reservoir, and I still have water in there. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a max right here. This is where you fill it up with water. And most of the times I fill up mine with just regular tap water, but you can do it pretty much any water. It doesn't really matter at this point. I know the first one that I showed you, my older version, did require a specific one type of water, but all of these nowadays, they are good to go whether you use tap or not tap water. But always, use your manual, make sure that it says, what I'm telling you. And if it's not, if it says something different, just follow that guide. So this one uses, I don't know what you call it. Is it a wicker? I don't know, but it's kind of like a spongy thing. It's like this. Okay. So it looks kind of like it's squishy, so you can really squish it. And so anyways, you put it into this piece right here. Okay. And then it says, well, actually it says that before you put it in here, you're supposed to soak it up in water about 20 to 30 seconds, and then either adding the oils into the little stick, and then or adding the oils to the reservoir. So whatever way you want to go. What I did, I put some in that little stick, and then I put some in the water. So that worked well for me. However, this is just one of the 3 small sizes that the company carries. This one works better in enclosed areas, 50 feet max, I would say. And that's what the instructions say, but sometimes it's I think for me, if I mean, I gotta be honest, um, might not be 50 feet, it might be less, but it depends on a lot of things. So just, play with it, but I think it's really nice. It's a small one. You can put it next to your tile stand. It's a good one. And let's see what else. Oh, I've used it also in my car. Um, and I just put it like, it has a USB cable so you can connect it to the car also. Let's see what else. I think it's pretty much on this one. I do want to mention that before I go on, that I mean not most, but all of our diffusers, no matter what they are or what uh, type they are, aside from the resin burner, they are all cold diffusers. What I mean is that they don't heat up. And I love it because for one of the reasons, I don't have any small children anymore, but I do love it because if my kids or your kids put the hands on top of the diffuser, the air coming out or the vapor coming out, their hands are not going to get burned because it's cold, so that's one thing. And the other thing that I love is that they are very versatile to be used in different ways, and they're all different settings. What else? Let's see. I need to say something else. Oh, there is one that I think I'm going to try because I think it looks very small, and you guys know what a USB, little connector to the computer. It's kind of like a flash drive, something like that. You guys know what it looks like. It's very tiny. So there's one that the company carries, and it's called the USB diffuser. And that one, it's very small, very compact, but I love it that it's compact enough that you can carry it in your pocket. And then if you're like a laptop user, or even at your desk when you're, working at the computer, as long as your computer or your devices have a USB connection, then you can always insert that one in there. And it comes in two colors. It comes in black and pink. And that one, the capacity of it is 150 square feet versus the orb, the one that I just showed you, it's only 50 feet. So I thought for being very small, I thought the square footage of it was, I thought it was big compared to the orb. So you might wanna, I'm looking forward to kind of ordering one of those this time and checking it out. The other one that is around 50 square feet that you can use is called the Gentle Mist, and that one is battery operated. It does not need to be plugged in anywhere. It is more like a handheld diffuser. So you can just add the drops in it, and you hold it in your hand next to your face, whatever, lavender maybe to just relax or distress, something like that. But that's another one. So basically there's 3 that I know of. There might be more, they'll take my word 100%, but 3 that I know of. 2 of them are 50 square feet, which is the orb, the little round one that I showed you, and the handheld one. And the last one is the USB one, and that one's 150 square feet, the coverage of it. Let me see. Okay, so the other one that I'm going to show you is the one that, that's the one that came with, as time went by, I kept on buying different kits. So this one came with another, one of the kits that I was able to get. And you guys most likely have this one, I thought this one was pretty good. This one, along with, I would say there's different ones that are in the same category. This one itself is a medium size. It's for a medium sized room, and the capacity could be around 320 square feet, of coverage. And this one's the same thing as the the one that I just added, 2 years ago, the desert mist, which I love too, and also the lantern that came out this past year. Okay, so these three, along with the a rainstorm diffuser. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. The rainstorm diffuser, and what else? The aria, and let me see. I think those three, and the aria and the rainstone, those are the medium size capacity. Most likely, like I said, you would have this one. You guys know how to use this one, but in case you don't, it's very simple. Just open it up. Okay, there's a little red dot right here. That's where you fill up the water. You don't go beyond it, and just cover it up again. And there you go. So this is the button settings. This one itself, it says that it was interesting to know that this one, for some reason, had different types of functionalities. It had three, and I've read the description of the other ones, and it doesn't have that same functionality. But overall, I think it only works for up to 4 hours. That's the max, and it says like it could be used as a humidifier, it could be used as an atomizer, and it could be used as a diffuser. So diffusing the oils with all of our Young Living diffusers has one thing in common, that the particles that are being spread out through the little hole here through the air are not. One of the things that is very important, that when you have a diffuser, is that it doesn't heat up the water, because you don't want to burn the constituents or the nutrients that each oil has. So what each of our diffuser has in common, whether it be a small one, a medium one, or whatever, that carries water in it, is that they have like a little ring inside here. And what the function of this is that it vibrates. So it creates a vibration, and when it vibrates, you know that water and oil don't mix. We know that for a fact. But when the vibration happens, that's when the oil and the water mix, and that's how we can disperse, the oils along, in the vapor, or the vapor that's coming out. So that's very important to the oils, so that you don't burn any of its natural sources, and you get the benefits of every single oil that you're diffusing. So always look for diffusers that are not hot or warm, because it can burn the constituents or the nutrients or whatever molecules that needs to go into your home for the best benefit. Okay, so this one, like I said, is 320 square feet, coverage. It lasts about 4 hours, and this is the only one that I've seen that acts like a humidifier, an atomizer, and a diffuser all in one. So if you're looking for something, and the humidifier is very important too. I think I've used the different ones for the same purpose, but this one, for some reason, if you're looking for something, like if your kids are sick, obviously we're talking about diffusing your house to get it scented and to smell nice and everything. But if you need it for more than that, like for a health issue, if you're having like problems breathing, whatever such things, respiratory issues, then you can always use this one. And this one, it acts like a humidifier, because it disperses the water mist at the same time with the oil. And what it does, it loosens up the mucus of your breathing issues. So that's a big plus. Okay, so that's that. That's for the dewdrop. And then the next one that I think this one that I'm going to show you I really loved this one when it came out, and I thought it was an amazing idea that Young Living decided to add these to the starter kits. It was just I was like, wow, they added it, because it only the back a few years ago it was only the home diffuser or the dewdrop, but as soon as this one came out, they added it to the kits, which is awesome. And I love this one. It's not only like decorated, you know, it's like they call it Moroccan decoration, I don't know, but still I don't know about those names, but I love the decoration. And it's same concept as the other one, except that this one does last way longer. This one can last up to 10 hours maximum, and it still has the same concept of filling it up. And this one does not have like the red dot, but it does have like a line here, and it tells you where to stop. So that line's gonna be your guide, and it's gonna tell you don't add more water. It has different lighting settings, where if you want light, it changes it just like a rainbow of colors. I'm sure you've seen it. But if you don't want any light, you can always shut off the light and just let it run just with the diffuser. Or if you just want, this one has a particular, like, I would want to say flickering, kind of like a lantern. Well, no, not lantern. Like, no, okay, like a candle setting. So it kind of flickers in one of the settings if you want to like a candle light, you know, type of thing. This one's a really good one for it too. And I think for being added to a PSK kit, I love it because it stretches out 6 more hours versus the dewdrop. But again, the functionality of the dewdrop has different type of functionalities in it. And this one is just ultrasonic diffuser, which is just diffuses the oil out. It doesn't necessarily diffuse like the water itself to make the air more moisty, okay? But I do love it. It's really functional. The other one, this one I'm kind of, what do you call it? I worry when I touch this one. I don't know, it's just me probably, but I worry in a sense that it's glass. I don't know if you can see it. It's glass, and it looks beautiful and everything, but I just worry that I'm gonna break it. So, again, it's just the cover. It's glass and metal. It has the same thing as the Desert Mist. There's no red dot signaling, but again, there's the line there. And this one, again, the same as the Desert Mist, is also 10 hours max, which is amazing. And it does change lighting as the other one. It's just more decorated, you know, in glass and metal, but it has the same functionality as the Desert Mist, okay? What else? Okay, those were for medium-sized rooms. And again, the other medium-sized ones is the Aria, but the Aria is kind of like a dome style. I don't know if you've seen it, but you can check it out at the Young Living's catalog, or in your back office if you have a back office. It's kind of like a dome, and it's set up to work up to 3 hours. It does have a functionality of a already pre-installed sound, you know, or music in it, but it also has like an adapter at the back where you, if you want to probably add like what do you call it, and your own music, then you can just hook it up to that, and you can, you know, you're able to listen to that. Let me see what else. This one, oh, and it has like a little control, and you can control how many hours you want it to be working. I thought it's 3 hours, and that's a medium-sized one too. The other medium-sized one that I liked, and hoping to get it soon, is the handmade one, ceramic. It's called the Rainstone, and that one is also for a medium-sized room. That one can go up to 8 hours though. And I love the fact that it is handmade. So it is it's a ceramic. It says it's sleek and easy to use. It's handmade by trained ceramic artisans. Let me see. It has the remote control to choose 1, 2, 3, or 6 or 8 hours of continuous ultrasonic diffusion with it has an automatic shut off. Now another thing, so this one is for a medium-sized room. It can go up to 8 hours, and one thing that I forgot to mention is that all of the diffusers, they have automatic shut off. So once the water is gone, then they automatically shut off. So you don't have to worry about them running over and over and over without any water in it. And I don't have the last two, but I do want to talk about them. One of the last ones is for, I honestly, I have not looked into the Aroma Lux atomizer, but it sounds very interesting, and that's in my my to-do list, my to-shop list. And that one is it's a compact atomizer that uses biogeometry design principles. So the Aroma Lux offers highly customizable lighting and interval settings to dispense a fine mist of pure essential oils. Let me see. Okay, so this one is basically for a large room. The capacity of it is 700 square feet, and it can work up to 10 hours. Okay. And then the last one that I want to mention is this one is not actually a diffuser, but then again, you can use it to make your house smell, fresher, or create a specific atmosphere. And this one's called the resin burner. And so this one is hot. It burns out the resin. It's not actually oils, but it's a resin. And so this one, depending on how much resin you put into the burner, that's how long it's going to last. So there's no specific time frame how long it will last, but it all depends on how much you put in there. So if you do buy this one, it does come already with a complimentary bag of frankincense resin, which frankincense is amazing. And so I think pretty much I've covered most of the diffusers. For me, I believe I am going to soon be trying the USB one and possibly the ceramic or the Aroma Lux, and incorporate it into our household, so we can use it at the house. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, another quick tip. There's 2 ways that you need to do maintenance on these little amazing diffusers. And so what you want to do is obviously wipe it off when you're done. But once in a while, you need to clean it inside, do maintenance. And I'm sure the guy tells you how to do it. But there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can grab like a cotton Q-tip, and then dip it maybe into a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just go around the ring and clean it up, okay? And then swish it around and clean it up with a towel. So that's one way to go. My way to go, because I think I'm doing more than just cleaning it up, I'm disinfecting, I go with the Thieves cleaner. So I just dab that little Q-tip into a little bit of the Thieves cleaner, which is just maybe 1 drop or so, maybe less than a drop, and then just go over it, add some water, and then wipe it off. For me, using the cleaner is more efficient in knowing in the fact that I am not only wiping that off with alcohol, but I'm also doing a deep cleanse and disinfecting in the proper way because of all the oils that Thieves has. So I would, if you don't have these, then by all means do it with alcohol, rubbing alcohol. But if you do have these, take advantage of it, because you will give it longer life to your diffuser. So maintenance is very important for your diffusers. I would say do it, I don't know, once every 2 weeks just to make sure that it works properly. Because we have clogged, if you have it clogged and with yucky stuff in there, debris or whatever, sometimes some oils may stain, so you want to keep it clean. But overall, just and doing those quick things, and make sure when you're done using it or whatever, you're going to store it away. Make sure it's not wet, it's just dry off, and you're good to go. Okay, so I hope that you have learned from this, and I know you have, but I hope that I didn't go too fast. I was trying to not make this video long, but it came out longer than the other ones. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that it helps you out. And later on, after I post this video, I will post the recipe that I saw somewhere else, and I think I'm going to try it myself. And I wanted to share with you guys because I think if you're one of those persons that want your house to smell like autumn, fall season inside your household too, or your office, then this recipe, you gotta have it, and you gotta have it ready, and use it all the time and make your home feel like it's autumn season. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.